time I close my eyes.
North London is home now.
Oh, shut up, you cunt!
Yeah. Yes, guys. Good evening. Welcome back to another show. Hope everyone's doing well. Sorry, I've been around. I haven't been around for a while. But yeah, we're back now. More Liverpool content. I've got a debut on the show as well. Damo, how you doing, man?
All good, mate. All good. Been a fun 2 weeks. It's been a tough one, eh? Oh, we need some club football back, though, don't we? We need some football back.
Oh, yeah. I can't wait till next week. Definitely. Even the weekend with the FA Cup, you know. Although the international week ain't been too bad. There's actually been some good, some decent games.
Good games, yeah. Just the news, isn't it?
Yeah, the news is a bit shit. But that's what we're going to be talking about today, guys. We're going to talk about, you know, the apparent summer window that we're going to have. We're going to have a little dig around. Trent news, obviously, more Trent stuff and the Mo and Virgil stuff. But yeah, should be interesting. Before we start, guys, don't forget, guys, hit the likes and subscribe. And if any mods can put Damo's link of his channel in the live chat, I'd appreciate it. And go and subscribe to him as well, because I believe he's got a video later as well. So make sure you're tuning into that, guys. Right. We all know the Trent stuff. Everyone's heard my take on the Trent stuff. Again, look, with Trent Alexander-Arnold, I've said, I will keep saying this, any player is free to leave the football club. You know, if they want to leave, they want to leave. I've always said there's just ways of doing things. That's always my view on stuff. Damo, I've seen you, obviously your tweets and that, but tell the world, like, how you feeling about the Trent situation? You know, who's to blame in your opinion? I know a lot of people call Trent a rat and a snake and stuff like that. I wouldn't go that far. I don't know if I like the guy and the way he's gone about it, but as I said, if anyone wants to leave the football club, they're allowed to leave the football club at the end of the day. But yeah, what's your opinion on it all, my man?
Who's to blame? Basically, it's both of them. Let's be honest, it's the club and Trent. There's a big part, and I don't agree with like going all in on one and not on the other. I think I've seen a lot about it's mainly been on Trent and it, and I get it. We're emotional fans. We're emotional. This is a club. We're Liverpool fans, and we're going to go. Every Liverpool fan here right now, me and you will sit here, right? We get the opportunity that Trent has had. We wouldn't leave. I know for a fact I wouldn't leave. I won't be leaving for anyone. But you've got to understand, different people have different mindsets. Different, he has succeeded at Liverpool. He's won everything. I wonder if Gerrard had won everything before he decided. Would Gerrard have gone elsewhere if he had won everything beforehand? He still had things to sort of target at Liverpool, didn't he, Gerrard? But it's hard to compare as well to other players, because other players have different mindsets, being brought up differently. Trent, I don't like how he's gone about it. I don't like how his brother's gone about it. It's absolutely disgusting to treat the club the way he has, and mainly the fans. I think we deserved a bit more transparency. We deserve him just to say, look, if he said like last year, like I want to go, and if it does end up me going for free, then I still want to go. And then we might be able to take it a little bit better. There's going to be some people out there that take things too far. We've seen that, and like burning shirts and stuff. It's really, really weird.
Yeah, that's mad. Yeah, that's mad.
But at the end of the day, both have got to take blame. The club has put Trent in this situation. The club has put Mohamed Salah and Virgil Van Dijk in the situation as well, where they're now free to talk to other clubs. And so happened to be Trent has took that sort of advantage of that, and he's talking to Real Madrid. He's going to go to Real Madrid. It is what it is. We'll move on. Replacing him is a different kettle of fish. It is something that it's probably impossible to replace him directly, because there's no right back like him in the world. The pressure is now on the club now. I'm looking directly at the club now. What are you going to do about it?
Yeah, and I agree. Look, as I keep saying with Trent, if he wants to leave the football club, he's more than allowed to leave the football club. We've had better players than Trent leave the football club before, and the club still goes on. As I always say, like you said, there's just ways of doing it, ain't there? The ways of dealing with it and the ways of doing it, maybe in a more professional manner than maybe what Trent's done. Do I blame him for wanting to go Real Madrid? Probably not. It is Real Madrid at the end of the day. But as you said, Damo, as well, we're Liverpool fans. If I got told I could only play for Liverpool for the rest of my career, given good money to do that, I'm going to be the happiest man in the world, and so would you probably. But Trent's got different ways of thinking. We do know with Trent, he does want that legacy next to his name. I think that does drive him more than anything at the moment. And the sad thing about it, I find a bit sad, is that he doesn't feel like he can get that legacy with our football club.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's hurt a lot of Liverpool fans, is that they feel let down by that you've got this legacy. You're going to be a legend. You're going to be up there with Stevie. There's no doubt about it if you finish your career with Liverpool. That legacy's going to be there between us and the fans, between you and us fans. But I think he wants more than that. I think he wants worldwide legacy. He wants to be looked at like, people look at Paleo Maldini and Cafu and these kind of defenders and fullbacks. And so he's looking at himself more individually than Liverpool right now. And I think that's where a lot of the anger comes from, ain't it? Because we feel a bit let down. Obviously, he did that interview a while ago and he picked Ballon d'Or over like more Liverpool stuff, and even mentioned winning the World Cup of England, which for Scousers ain't, you're not, it's a weird one. So do you understand the frustration with the fans? Because I think that's where it's coming from on that point of view. We'll get to the others in a minute because they're to blame as well. But from Trent's situation, I think we can all understand the situation where fans feel a bit upset by it, don't we?
Oh, absolutely. I get the frustration. I get the being. I'm pissed off. Like I wouldn't have chosen that. I don't agree with how he's done it. I don't agree with his choice. But then I'm also thinking logically. Some fans go too far with like rat names, and or don't let him on the parade, whatever. It's been a big integral part of us being successful in the last 8 years.
Yeah.
Massive part. And I think once it's died down, it might die. I don't know because they don't see Maka that way. But Maka didn't win what one way. Owen didn't win. Owen went to Man United, so that's never forgivable anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
But with Trent, it's hard running it because he has succeeded here. He has been a big part of that. So, but I do get the hit. I absolutely get the hit as long as it don't go too far. And I've always been the same with that, with regards to anyone, players and fans and managers and clubs need criticising, but when it goes to abuse and when it goes to people taking it too far, that's where you got to stamp it out. But yeah, I do feel the frustration because I'm frustrated myself, absolutely frustrated.
Yeah, I'm frustrated at Trent the player, but I'm also frustrated at the football club because the last 2 years especially, the club has been run very poorly. It just has. Now, no matter how much of a legendary manager Jurgen Klopp is, you shouldn't be giving him all the power. A well-run club doesn't do that. They let the manager do the managing side of things and everyone else above him in the office jobs do their jobs to make sure the club can run beautifully. So they shouldn't have done that. They shouldn't let Jurgen pick his own sporting director. You shouldn't be doing that as a football club. I think we took the piss out of Man United when, Ferguson just gave whoever the job and it weren't, that became us the last 2 years. And the way we've been run, it's not correct for a club our size. We shouldn't be letting these players of this magnitude go down to these contracts. Salah, Virgil and Trent especially, got Konate as well. These players are going down in their contracts and that's terrible. That's terrible from the football club, full stop. Well, I used to laugh at Arsenal back in the day when they used to let star players go for nothing. You used to go, what are you doing? That's just pathetic, running a football club. And for hate or like or whatever it is of FSG that people have, it's just that yes, they're not the greatest owners. I'm going to agree with that. But years ago, like I would say the Edwards Klopp era, that's what I sort of call it, the Edwards Klopp era, we was a well-run club behind the scenes. Everyone knew their job. Everyone knew their positions. But the last 2 years, Damo, it's gone it's just gone tits up, ain't it? It's like FSG have they became extremely lazy, and I think they just put too much into Jurgen Klopp's lap, didn't they?
I think they've lost a lot of care for the club. I think when they took over, they had an idea in mind. They had Brendan Rodgers. Didn't work out with Brendan Rodgers, is what it is. Got Jurgen Klopp. I think the Coutinho sale was absolutely key. I don't think their model, without the Coutinho sale, their model would have never ever worked at any point. And I'm absolutely certain on that because unfortunately we don't have a Coutinho sale every year, and it's got to the point now where we're letting like the Trent, Salah, Van Dijk run down the contracts. I think they're very narrow-minded on what they're doing regarding Van Dijk and Salah specifically with the age. I just think they don't want anything to do with Liverpool. I just think it's making them money. That's all. I think that's all they care about. You know my thoughts on FSG. I've been banging about this drummer since 2021, talking. Yeah. But I've always praised them for when they're doing good as well. But it's for a fan base that says, "Oh, they're such great businessmen." How is letting V contracts run down over £100 million players great business is beyond anything. The excuse that they use is, it's Klopp's to blame because he was in power. But then they didn't answer the question, who put Klopp in the power? Like you said there, FSG made these decisions. They put the till manager into manager position of the whole star. That's what they did. And they're paying the price now. Whether they're paying the price financially, I don't think they are, because they're making money. As long as Liverpool makes that top four and continues to be, doing well in the league, they will continue to make money. I think they've took a massive, massive eye on Liverpool, and this is why they're giving Edwards the power back. He's basically running the whole football industry for them right now. He's possibly looking for another club as well. I just don't think they care, if I'm honest. I don't think they've ever cared to a certain extent, but I think at the beginning it was a new purchase. They sort of cared a little bit to make money, but now they probably don't know the Liverpool results, if I'm honest.
No, I hear you. It's like everyone says it. FSG, before, like when they, like the last not the last 2 years, but sort of like, I don't know, around 17, 18 to 2021. Arguably, they were fantastic businessmen at what they did. There's no doubt about that. The way they're very good at getting a club from here to the top. They did it with the Boston Red Sox, obviously. They didn't win I don't think they won a World Series in 100 years, if that's correct. And then they come along and won 2 of them because they took them there back to the top. It's what they do. Their problem is keeping the teams at the top and keeping it like going, and they just became lazy. I always said in COVID, they came lazy as well. I think they became a bit lazy at COVID time and they just tried to, I don't know about you, Dave. I don't mind them being silent owners. Like they own the football club, but they employ other people to run the club. I don't actually mind that because if you're giving it to more people that know about the club and the sport and the business side of football, better that can do that job, give it to them, and you just be the owners, a silent majority who just own the football club. I don't actually mind that. But the last 2 years, they didn't do that. They gave it to a manager running the whole thing. And no wonder he got shattered. Do you know what I'm saying? So now they've gone back to this regime. They've got Edwards in. They've got their people in that they trust. We've got that guy from Benfica. I can't remember his name, who's very good.
Yeah,
he's good. So I think, hopefully, fingers crossed, in the years to come, hopefully we won't go back to these circumstances that we the last 2 years. If they can do that, I think, okay, let's get to somewhere, spend a bit of money, look a bit more solid, because losing your best players for no money, it's just immoral in a way. It's just, in this day and age of football, it makes no sense. It's not like, Mbappe never kept it secret. He didn't want to go to Real Madrid for all years, did he? And he bent PSG over backwards, became sporting director and ridiculous money to keep him and all that, when they knew eventually he'd just go anyway. Salah's not doing that. Virgil's not doing that. Trent, I don't know. It will probably come out in the wash one day, but it does look a bit sus at the moment. But with Virgil and Salah, they're my guys, man. I love them to the bits, right? If Trent's going fair, we'll buy a right back. We'll play a different way, maybe under Arne Slot, and it might not be such a bad hit on the football club. But you can't lose Virgil or Mo, can you, Damon? You just can't.
No, not when they play like that. And it's not about the age thing. You got to look. This is where FSG are never the right owners for me at the moment, because they don't care about the football. They don't know football. It's not being silent, but you can't be narrow-minded when it comes to a sport you don't really know about. And when it's like you're saying, a certain age, but you've got to see what they're offering on the pitch. You could offer them a new contract, 2 years, 3 years, say, and they might drop off next year. You don't know. We don't know hindsight, but you can't base it off what they might do next year. You got to base it off what they're doing right now. And right now, they're looking like they're not dropping off anytime soon. Certainly not in the next couple of years. And that's where you should be basing your thoughts on the situation on. And Salah being the best in the world, Van Dijk being the best defender in the world. I mean, whoever's out there, if they don't sign for Liverpool, whoever's out there talking to them, they must be rubbing their hands. This never happens. This never happened. I've never seen a football club do this, letting 3 of their best players go out of contract in the same summer. That's unforgivable, to be honest. Even if, you know what, people will forget about it. If Salah and Van Dijk sign, a lot of fans will say, "Oh, it's done now. That's it. They didn't do what wrong." But the fact that it's got to this situation, I think it's gone too far as it is, and they need to be made accountable for it.
It is my thing. Since I did obviously, I think we all did videos when the news broke about Trent a few days ago. And we're all very reactionary. It's what we are as football fans, ain't it? When people tell, "Oh, you're very," yeah, we're football fans. We live in the moment. That's what happens. So we all did our video. Every Liverpool fan who's got a YouTube has probably done the Trent video, cursing and swearing and upset and all that. And then days go by, you read more details and more details. I think now the washing's out there, I actually think Liverpool knew Trent was never going to sign. And
that's what I think, yeah.
And they were waiting for Trent to leave to use that money from Trent to give it to Virgil and Mo. And that's why I think Virgil and Mo will sign. Because that's why they didn't sell him in January. The reason they didn't, I mean, they didn't sell him in January. They didn't sell Darwin Núñez in January. I don't think they wanted to sell anybody because they wanted to get over the line in the Premier League and get the title done, and then we move from there. Because if you're not selling Darwin, you're not selling Trent, are you? It's just not, it's not happening. So, but they must have known that he's been wanting to leave for a while. You hear all these rumours now that Trent's been talking to Real Madrid for a long time, which I think I do believe. We've heard these Real Madrid rumours for almost a season now, and they're obviously always true. So he's probably have been talking for a while. There's no way Liverpool haven't got wind of that. How can Liverpool, there's no way Klopp didn't get wind of it. Schmacker didn't get wind of it. It's not gone back to Billy Hogan. There's no way no one knew that Trent and his representation were having chats with Real Madrid and he might not sign a new deal. So my conspiracy hat's on, because that's what we do in football. I think Liverpool now knew that Trent wasn't going to sign a new contract. If they could, they would have signed him up. And I think if they signed him up, they might let the other two go because of Trent's age and profile. It'd probably be more value for them. Couldn't get the deal done. Knew he was going to leave. Now he's leaving. It's no coincidence that hours after we've been told he was leaving, Salah and Virgil contracts look like they could be done very quickly. So I don't know about you, Damo. Is it a conspiracy or is there a bit of...
I don't think it is conspiracy, mate. I honestly don't, because I tell you why. And what gives it away is when journalists close to the club have been talking about these contract situations over the past few months, definitely at least last 6 months at least. When they've talked about Virgil Van Dijk and Salah compared to Trent, it's been different.
Yeah,
it's been different on their views. They've been like, well, Virgil and Salah look quite likely. Trent, we don't really know yet. We're trying to get it back on. So I think they've known for a long, long time. Whether they've known for the whole 2 years, I don't know about that, but potentially. And that's where a lot of gripe comes to the club. It's like, if we knew last summer, then we should have either... I know you want to go into the season without Trent, but you've got to sell him on. If he's definitely going to leave for free, you've got to sell him on if we knew about that. And if he doesn't, if he's saying, no, I'm not going anywhere until I've gone for free, if you want me for free, I'm not going... Well, you sit in reserves then. It's as simple as that. You don't let a player, take the power and decide what's going on in that situation. You've got to take control of the situation. You are the club. You are the powerful. The club that should be the most powerful of the situation right now. But right now, it seems like player power sort of come in. Trent's decide what he's doing. He holds all the cards. I think it goes at the end of the season 500 for free, and we're missing out on a lot of money that we could have got. That could have paid for else, especially under this sustainable way of working. You think selling him on would have been a better idea.
See, I don't think Liverpool would stand in the way of anyone leaving if a bid came in for him, right? But the fact is, they knew for a damn well that Real Madrid wouldn't bid for Trent. Because 2 years ago, what are you looking for Trent? 100 million plus for a right back? Yeah, easy. That's what Liverpool go want. Triple figures, yeah? There's no way Real Madrid are going to bid that for Trent when they're going for Mbappe and all that at the time and other players and all that they got to get in. So they knew no transfer was going to come in January. What was the apparent bid? Was it 20 million?
20 mil, I think. 20 mil, yeah 20 mil, I think.
What's 20 million to Liverpool in January when there's a title to be won? It's nothing, is it? So, yeah, I think they're sinking it. I really do. I know Melissa Reddy said today that she believes it's news to Trent and Madrid, all this. Yeah, Madrid are going to say that. Do you know what I mean? Trent's not going to come out publicly right now and say anything, is he? So to be fair to him, but yeah, I think that's where we live right now on this situation. That's why I do think Salah and Virgil will sign, because they will use the money that Trent's going to leave. What do you think of this stuff, though, that's coming out that Madrid want Trent for the World Club Cup in June, and the Premier League have started the transfer window on the 1st of June? It's a bit with a 1 week break in between. Again. Bit strange, that, ain't it? bit.
It's a bit of a piss take, to be honest. It's an absolute piss take. Madrid run football. They run. They can do what they want. Madrid can do what they want, and that's just the way it seems. If they want to do that, this is why I can't stand Madrid. I don't know why there's Liverpool fans out there wanting Real Madrid to beat Arsenal. No chance. I can't stand Madrid.
No, and Trent did say they were a rival, by the way.
They are rival. Can't stand them.
Yeah, I remember when everyone said we're not sending him to a rival. At least he's not going to a rival. They are. They're a European rival.
Yeah, they are.
They're the only
more
team
so than Arsenal.
Europe. Yeah,
more so than Arsenal.
They're the only team in Europe that kept knocking us out of Europe. They're Real Madrid. They're assholes. I can't stand them. But yeah, I think there might be some compensation. That's going to have to be, because his contract does end on the 1st of July. They're going to want him for the World Club Championships because it's now a prestigious event because the money in it. That tournament only exists to stop everyone getting the PSR troubles and financial fair play troubles because how much money you can get from being in that competition. So, Liverpool are probably going to be in it in 2 years' time. It's just going to be, that's what it's invented for. And they're going to want their stars there. There's no tournament this summer internationally. So they're going to have to come up with some compensation to get him out for 1 month before the end of his contract. You can't just tear up a contract for a month to go and go, yeah, go on, off you go then. So they're going to have to come up with some compensation. Maybe that 20 million they bid in January, they can use that for compensation for him to go a month early before his contract.
We won't see that, by the way. We won't see that, guys.
No. I don't know. Have you got a couple of minutes?
Yeah, I got a couple of minutes. Yeah.
Right. Summer window. Now, I think Liverpool will have a decent summer window. It might not be the players that everyone particularly wants, but I do think Liverpool will do business this summer. Firstly, they've got no choice. Because we need areas of the pitch. Even though we go win the title, we still need areas of the pitch. My main one, and a lot of people's main one, is the striker position. Now, Darwin, we love him. We don't love him. We hate him. We love it. It's just, it's just mad, ain't it? He's going to leave. Liverpool need a striker. Striker market is not the greatest in this generation of football. Who do you think Liverpool go after? Because I see rumours today Ekitike for 80 million. If you're going for Ekitike for 80 million, you might as well add 40 million to it and just go and get Isaac. He's the one I want. If there's two strikers I want, Isaac and Alvarez. They're the two. They're the two.
But they're the two we want. Now we've got to put as FSG heads on here. That's the issue, and that's the biggest problem under their ownership, that we have to think like them. When talking about targets, we've got to think there's our targets and who we might want, but then we've got to think, nah, we're not going to go for them. Isaac, if we were to sell Nunes and Diaz, I think that would pretty much pay for most of Isaac alone, which to me is. It makes the most sense. Sell Diaz and Nunes, replace left winger, replace it, maybe get another backup striker as well. But again, it's just we've got to not expect that sort of signing. And I think Isaac's another Bellingham. I do. We went for Bellingham, and then for 3 years we used him as an excuse not to get in the midfielder. And then in the end, we said we didn't know that much money. It was like a surprise how much he was in the end. And Isaac, I don't think we'll ever prize Isaac out of especially if Newcastle get Champions League. That makes it even more impossible. I don't
think Isaac's leaving Newcastle if they get top 5.
I don't think either.
He'll stay there.
There's no reason to. He might as well play a season when Newcastle in the Champions League.
See how it goes and see what Newcastle spend. You never know. So, Isaac is a dream. There's no doubt about it. I'm just looking at strikers out there. Ekitike obviously has been the hot topic at the moment.
The bit Liam Delap, obviously the Premier League ones, Liam Delap, João Pedro, Kuna.
I like Liam Delap, I ain't gonna lie. I do rate Liam Delap, but I just don't want him as I've said it on here plenty of times.
Main striker.
But I'd want to get someone else as well so you can rotate. Because I think Liam Delap's got a bright future. And I think I think a big team eventually is going to take the punt on Liam Delap, and it might not work in the first couple of years, but I think you'll see it eventually that he'd be a good player. Because when I watch him, he's got a lot of his game is what Slot wants. You know, he can finish. He's got good hold up play. He can link the play. You know, he's got good movement. You know, he's got a lot of. You know, if you got Cunha and Liam Delap, it might not look the greatest on paper. I hear that, but if it's what Slot wants and it works for Arna, then I'm always about what the manager, what works best for the manager and his system. It don't always have to be PR players. Do you know what I'm saying for myself? Just get the right player. Get the right player, and if it works, it works. That's what we used to do. That's what I keep saying years ago. It's what we used to do. Like Fabinho, Wijnaldum, Jordan Henderson wasn't the best midfield three in world football individually.
As a three, yeah.
As a collective, it dominated Europe and England. You know, because the way they played in Jurgen Klopp's system, which is extremely difficult system to work in. So in Slot's system, players might not be fashionable in the eye, but they could work, couldn't they, Damo? And that's what I always look. Just get the players that Slot wants, and he wants to work. He obviously wants a number 9 that's better than Jota and Darwin, because he doesn't play them if Diaz and Gakpo are fit. And he wants an extra midfielder that can pass the ball through the lines. Get him them players, and I think you see a different Liverpool next season as well.
And that's the thing. No one's ever asked for £100 million players. No one's ever asked for Mbappe and Bellingham. Obviously, I think everyone wanted Bellingham at the point. It's just making sure we address every single issue that we've got rather than leaving gaps. And this is why we're getting to summers now, where we're needing several positions. We need about five transfers, really, in my mind, to not have any holes.
So what do we need? Right back, left back, centre back,
BM,
midfielder, and
striker, and potential left winger, and that's without Salah and Van Dijk going.
And Van Dijk. This is why I do think Van Dijk. This is why I think with Trent leaving, they're just going to use Trent's 200 grand and just put it over their 2 contracts. You just put 100 grand on each contract, don't you? And then they got the contract they want. So that's what they did with. Remember, that's what they did with Salah when Mane left. They gave Mane's contract to Mo. And put it on top. So that's why I think they'll stay. And if they stay, left winger if Diaz leaves, is not, you just go Diaz and Gakpo for 1 more year. You got Chiesa when he does play. He does actually look quite good, to be absolutely fair. I just don't know what's going on there. A lethal number 9. I mean, a lot of people in the chat are saying Harry Kane. Look, I love Harry Kane, don't get me wrong, but I think he's 31. And does a 31-year-old Harry Kane, would he work in Slot Liverpool? I think Slot's after more pace, ain't he?
Yeah, I think it'd only work if it was alongside. Imagine like a Kane and an Isak, like a Kane as a backup. It'd only work as like a backup.
Yeah.
And if I'm honest, even if he didn't have to suit Slot's system, Harry Kane's that good of a player. He'd win you a league title.
He's super.
He'd win you a league title.
How many assists would Moby on if Kane was his striker?
I'm going to say, imagine Trent's passing to Kane in box. We can't imagine that.
Exactly. I mean, Kane's, I just don't think. I mean, he is on 400 grand a week only, so it's just his contract is a bit mad. But I think at his age, he knows he's going to have to take a pay cut wherever he goes next in the West. So I don't know, Eric. I think 65 million this summer if you want to buy him as well. So yeah, maybe. I just don't. I actually see. I don't know. Who do you think? If you could think right now, put a name on it, because Liverpool would definitely go buy a striker, in my opinion. Who do you think it'll be?
See, Isak's going to be number 1 target, but it's going to be the same thing again. Monitoring whatever we're doing, we're not going to pay the money for Isak. I'm not getting excited for it. But I'm thinking how much Liam Delap will be. English tax. I'm going to go. I think Liam Delap's more realistic.
I think it'd be about 40 million Liam Delap, you know.
Potentially, yeah. Especially if it's going down, I think that adds. Obviously, Cunha could be cheap. I don't know how much Cunha would be in there.
I think Wolves want 70 million for him.
Yeah. So
he's not a number 9 though, is he? He's sort of a floater. He's
he's like a 10-9, and he's like a bit like a Firmino, but can score a few more goals than Firmino.
He can drift wide as well. Ekatike.
Yeah, I'm going to say Liam Delap, mate. I'm going to say Liam Delap. Maybe someone's put in the chat Benjamin Sesko potentially, but again, is young and is going to be expensive.
Is he as much as is Benjamin Sesko? Does it give you Darwin vibes?
People say he's going to give Werner vibes, hasn't he? Like Werner worked at Leipzig. I really like Werner Atletico. He offers a lot. He's got a various shot range as well. He can shoot from outside box as well as inside box. He's very, very good. But Werner was very good for Leipzig. So I think people might be held back on that a little bit with Sesko. Yeah. I do like Sesko.
Gyökeres, I think Gyökeres is going to be 27 going into next season. I just don't think.
Yeah, we're going to get Gyökeres.
The thing about Gyökeres, why is no one in for him? He's got a release clause. He scores bangs of goals. There must be something not. There must be something.
Depends who needs a striker, doesn't it? Depends who needs a striker. I mean, Chelsea just buy anyone they want. Man United, have they got the money for Gyökeres?
I don't know. They ain't got money for lunch apparently. So
yeah, so that's one. Yeah,
they're on the soup and bread now, aren't they? Oh right, last one before you go, because I know you got to go. Frimpong. A lot of rumours about Frimpong. Now, it's a weird one, getting a right back who's worse defensively than Trent. But he's fantastic going forward, as we know. I don't think he's a right back, Chloe.
No, I don't.
He's
a wing back.
He plays in the back three. Yeah, he plays in the back three for club football, and he looks good in that position because you can get away with being more attack-minded and less defensive if you've got a three behind you, that can come across, and a midfielder beside you that can come across as well. Gives you a bit more license. For the Dutch, I think he comes on and plays mostly right wing, don't he? Because Dumfries plays right back, don't he? So, what do you think about his Frimpong stuff? The rumours are not going away. Slot obviously knows him quite well. Could we be seeing, like, I don't know, my man K Mac, he's in the chat here, say, Salah in the 10 maybe as he's getting older, losing a little bit of pace, and he's creative now. Frimpong right wing because he's got that pace. We've heard Slot and he pace in these forward areas. Because we went from one of the quickest teams in the Premier League to one of the slowest in a couple of years.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
What do you think about this Frimpong? Because I don't think he's coming as right back. Surely not.
Under FSG, we need versatile players because we know we're not going to do enough in the transfer window. We know we're going to leave holes. So I said this on my channel actually, that we need versatile players. Frimpong can cover right back and right wing, so maybe that versatility sort of suits Liverpool. He's not my number one choice. I do like him as a player. Don't get me wrong, but he's not Salah levels right wing, and he's not a good right back as in for defensive wise. He gets more attacking than Trent. At least Trent goes as far as midfield. This guy goes up practically up on the wing. So yeah, I wouldn't. He's not my number one choice. I think there's better options out there. I think Conor Bradley is probably better right back than him, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good player. I wouldn't say no to him as a whole squad player, just for versatility, but he's not really my number one for right back position. Anyway.
No, I like him. I'm trying to work out.
Doesn't suit us. It doesn't suit us, yeah.
Because I know we're after Kirkes as left back, which I actually think might be quite further down the line than people think.
Yeah.
I think it might be similar to the McAllister deal where we just sort of get him and it's done. Kirkes, if you buy Kirkes as your left back, you kind of Frimpong to right back.
No.
Canati and Virgil will be so isolated.
They'll be on their own, especially when we haven't got a proper DM yet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
they'll literally be on their own.
I don't see it. If he does buy Frimpong, maybe it is to make him play a bit further forward, and you bring
unless he goes straight at the back. I don't know what's he planning.
I don't know. This is it. This is why next season is a bit. I'm actually quite intrigued about next season. I ain't gonna lie, because Slot will actually be going into the market now, seeing what he wants, and yeah. Have you got to leave? Have you got to run?
Yeah, please, if I can. Yes, I'm live at 7. I'm live at 7.
Yeah,
so.
there you go.
Thank you, mate. Thank you for letting me on.
Make sure you go over to Damo's channel and go and watch his videos, give him likes and shares and subscribes and all that beautiful stuff as well. Big up, man.
I'll be live in 20 minutes.
There you go, guys. Appreciate it, man. See you later on.
Cheers, mate. Thank you. See you in a bit.
Be our gang indeed. Frimpong suits United more. Yeah, I hear that. We need a utility player like Camavinga or Valverde. Do you know it's weird? Szoboszlai is a utility player like Valverde. He's just not as good as Valverde, if that makes sense. But Valverde, Szoboszlai can play in the deeper roles, can play further forward, can play in the wings. I mean, everyone see his goal for Hungary the other night. You know, when he goes around every single player and just puts it in the back of the net. Yeah. Camavinga, yeah, we'd all love Camavinga. He's the best, one of the best midfielders in the world, man. He's an absolute joy to watch. An absolute joy to watch. K-Mac, if you're still there, man, I sent you a link if you want to jump on. If you're watching, man, yeah, I sent you a link. Yeah, is his link not in the? Let me just get his. Let me just hang on 1 second, guys. Let me find his channel and I'll put his link in there so you guys can go and sub to it. Our model is 21-26-year-old. Yeah, I agree. Oh no, he's nowhere near Valverde quality. Don't get me wrong, but you know what I mean? The same kind of player. Nowhere near Valverde quality. Let me just get that. Yeah, nowhere near, man. I'm on about, you know, the versatility of him as a footballer. They're quite similar to Valverde. Do you know what I mean? That's what I mean by it. Nowhere near him as a footballer. Everyone knows Valverde's great, man. City want Camavinga. Yeah, I just don't. Why would Camavinga leave Real Madrid, man? Yeah, Valverde better on a wing. Dibbling 100 million. Yeah, it's mad, man. Dibbling for 100 million is absolutely nuts. I don't blame Southampton. Southampton don't need to sell. You know, they don't need to sell. You know, they're going to get 108 million for getting relegated. They don't need to sell him, man. You know, it's just, yeah, it's don't need to sell. So they're putting dibbling for ridiculous money. Big out John there, big out every night in the chat. Suppose I are Honda Civic, simple and reliable, does the job. Verde's a Porsche, can do everything. Yeah, well, Verde's different, man. Thoughts on Javario Reed, Jamie, even at his age, a lot of experience. Is this the right back? Is he the right back everyone's talking about? Yeah, I know there's been a lot of links to him. There's also a lot of links to the that young Porto right back as well. Liverpool have not held talks with Jermaine Frimpong. Liverpool pressing ahead with more sustainable consistency plans should Trent depart. Callum Ramsey is one of those plans. Ian Doyle, but I know we probably won't, but Ian Doyle speaks the most bullshit, because if that was true, why has Calvin Ramsey never been part of our squad? Do you know what I mean? Why has Calvin Ramsey never been part of any squad? Yeah, I don't believe that for 1 second, to be absolutely fair. Ian Doyle sprat shit, man. Plus, he's an Evertonian, so. Yeah. Present more sustainable contingency plans. The contingency plan would be not him, it would be a main right back, not a kid that never plays. Do you know what I mean? It's just absolutely mad. Absolutely mad. Can you money laundering legendary? Yeah, like, yeah, exactly. Big up Colin in the chat. Yeah, Ian Doyle was just. Conor Bradley is the sustainable option at right back. If Liverpool are looking at the sustainable option at right back, it'd be Conor Bradley. You know what I'm saying? It would. It wouldn't be him. Do you know what I mean? It'd be Conor Bradley. I mean, all the shit, man. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Look, Calvin Ramsey is the sustainability contingency plan should Trent depart. So we don't have. So Conor Bradley's not a real player, no. Conor Bradley, the actual number 2 right back at our football club, who would be made the number 1 player at our right back at our football club, would not be the sustainability plan. It would be Calvin Ramsey, who's always going on loan. Oh, dearie me, Ian Doyle, have a day off, man. I just don't know, man. I'll check it later, regular Scouse Kid. I'll save it up and I'll copy it. Ramsey's still alive. Apparently, Trudon. He's somewhere. I don't know where he is, though. I don't know where he is. I don't care about Frimpong as long as we get real good striker. That's more important, I guess. Yeah, we definitely need a good striker. Jono's trying to derail our league title win this week. It works with our fans. Big up LFC Cop. I hope you're doing good, man. Conor Bradley is sustaining, but goddamn, he's injured frequently. Yeah, that's the only problem. That's why I have Conor Bradley as my number 2 right back still. Calvin Ramsey doesn't even play in Scotland on loan. He's a reliable option. Do you know what I'm saying? It's mad, ain't it? My problem with Conor Bradley, I don't think any of us have got an issue with Conor Bradley as a footballer, have we? I think our main concern about Conor Bradley is his injuries. I like Conor Bradley. I think we all do. But the problem is his injuries are an issue. You know, they are an issue. That's why we still got to go and get a right back. Get that right back in. And Conor Bradley can stay number 2 right back as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, he'll still play a lot of games because Arne Slot likes him. So, you know, Conor Bradley is still playing a lot of games of football. There's no two ways about it. I think everyone's reading into too much or panic buy it and get play. I think personally we've already got 2 players lined up. Earthworm Jim, quality game by the way. I think we've already got 2 players lined up. I really do. Now, what we buy after that, I don't know, but I do think we've got 2 games. Yeah, have a good night, Revenite. Have a good night, my friend. Have a good night. Yeah, Bradley is a big at RJ. Bradley is a backup still. He's a young guy still. We've got to remember this. He doesn't need all that straight away. Big up John in the chat. Hi, Jamie. What sort of midfielder do we need, in your opinion? We need a ball-playing, aggressive midfielder. You know, we don't need a soft midfielder. We need, you know, a bit of bite and a bit of aggression in the midfield and a player that can pass between the lines as well. So that's what Slot wants. That's what we've got to look for. I don't know if we get a midfielder low in the summer. I think we definitely get a left back and a striker. We're going to need a right back. And then we'll see where we go from there. I think our first 2 buys in the summer will be a left back and a striker. I think they're the first 2 players we buy in the summer. After that, I don't know. I really don't know. Really don't know. Yeah, DM kind of thing. Although, depends what sort of DM you're after, because Grav is a DM, but, you know, he needs another DM alongside him, and you free out Grav and Birch a little bit, don't you? You free up McAllister a little bit to get a bit further forward. Be up my man Carmino with the super sticker. Much love to you, man. Much love to you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Harvey Elliott. So Melissa Reddy said today there's a good offer for Harvey Elliott. Would it be accepted? So, does Harvey Elliott would you sell Harvey Elliott, guys? Would you guys sell Harvey Elliott? Basetic will be back. Basetic will be back as well, which is very true. Does Basetic have a Liverpool career low? 2 questions for everyone here. Does Basetic have a Liverpool career when he comes back? Does Arne Slot rate him? And does anyone see Harvey Elliott leaving the football club? The thing I love about Harvey, I just don't think Harvey wants to leave. Harvey's Liverpool through and through, man. You know, he's our guy. I love Harv. This is my club. I'm not leaving. You know, he's our boy, yeah? He's our boy. I think he's a good squad player. Only Cal still believes in by Sedic, you know. You'll keep it Academy Reds, or is a fan base trash them like what's been going with Trent? Thought Liverpool had more class, to be honest. I guess that's just a new gen now. Well, gen. But to be honest, man, I'm almost 44 years of age, so I'm not new gen. No, it's nothing about Trent. As I will keep saying on my channel, Trent is free to leave our football club if he wishes to. Anyone's allowed to leave our football club if they have their wish to. It's how you leave. It's how you leave. You know, it's how you leave, man. It's how you leave. And the fact is, if he's been talking to Madrid this whole time, you know, signing Madrid shirts out in Spain and all this sort of palaver that's going on, it just seems a bit dirty, that's all. But I'm not going to get, you know, people burning his T-shirt and stuff like that. It's just pathetic. You know, that's just stupid. But if he wants to leave, he wants to leave, man. You know, but if you're a Scouser from Liverpool, if you're a Scouser through and through, and Liverpool Football Club is your club, Scousers in the chat will tell you there's no bigger club than Liverpool. You know, Jamie Carragher said it, Stevie G said it. If you're from Liverpool and you support Liverpool Football Club, there is no club bigger than Liverpool. And Trent said it once, and then he decided not to say it. Harvey gives more to Liverpool than the Scouser in our team. Bun Trent. Big up my man Sean in the chat. How you doing? Well, Sean. Much love, man. Ali with the super. Jamie, your honest thoughts on Trent for free? For me, he's a snake. I don't know, man. As I keep saying, the way he's leaving the football club just seems a bit. Don't seem good to me. It seems like this has been his plan the whole time, and I think that's what Liverpool fans are pissed off about and irritated about, because you know he looks like he wants legacy as a player now. He's after legacy, and he doesn't feel like he can get that worldwide legacy playing for Liverpool Football Club, and he feels like he needs to go elsewhere to be known as a Ronaldo, a Maldini, or a Cafu and a Carlos and all these great defenders and fullbacks of previous years that everyone remembers. Even if you never watched them play, you know the stories, you've heard about them. You know, you got all this legendary appeal. I think that's what Trent wants. He wants to be in that limelight. He wants to be up there with some of the greatest of all time. And I think Liverpool fans feel let down thinking that he can't do that there, because us as Liverpool fans believe Trent's one of the greatest fullbacks of his generation anyway. You know, he could play for Liverpool forever, win loads of trophies, maybe some more league titles, and still be regarded as a legend and one of the greatest fullbacks ever by us, by the Liverpool fans. Fuck everyone else. But it looks like Trent wants that. He does want everyone else. He wants the whole world bowing down to him, acknowledging him, and I think that's why Liverpool fans are a bit pissed off about it, to be fair. I think that's why, in my opinion, anyway. Big up my man Aaron says Slot clearly doesn't trust Harvey, love him, but he wants minutes. He'll have to leave, maybe a boomerang and become a Liverpool star. Yeah, look, I love Harvey. I've said it as well. You do need a squad. We got to remember this. We can't just have 11 or 14 players. We need a squad. And if Harvey's happy to be a squad player playing for Liverpool Football Club, then why would you get rid of him? Like, literally. If Harvey's happy and he's fine playing for Liverpool and tries to keep improving, trains really well, improving his game, and eventually getting the trust of the manager, then yeah, keep him. But if he wants to leave for his own good, to get minutes, to become better and play more regularly, then I don't want to stand in anyone's way. You know what I'm saying? Be it audio with a super. I like Bajcetic. I think Slot could use him in a technically flexible way with his attributes. I hear you. I just wonder if Slot rates him like we do, man. Big up Tony in the chat as well. I like Elliott, but sadly Slot doesn't rate him like a few others on the bench. As for Trent, he could have said at the end of last season, I'm looking to move on. We sell him on, but he said nothing. I hear you, Tone. I do hear you, my man. I do hear you. Jamie, we can't get rid of all our homegrown players. We won't qualify to play in with just 3 homegrown players. That's why I wonder if we're going to buy players from the Premier League that are homegrown, Michael. That's why I'm wondering if we're looking around players that play in the Premier League that are homegrown. That's what I'm wondering, man. And Frimpong's homegrown, yeah, because he came through the Man City Academy, didn't he? Bellingham is a knobhead. Big up BB42. Yeah, Connor's injuries are a worry. Box. Yeah, do you know what it is? The kids ruined it. This is what the kids do, yeah? This is what happens when you have kids, yeah? Don't touch my toys. You know what I'm saying? Don't touch my toys. Big up WeChat Football, guys. Go and subscribe to my man over there at WeChat Football. Any mods in the chat, if you can put his link in the live chat, WeChat Football, any mods, I'd appreciate that. I don't think Harvey is going anywhere. I think we'll have a breakout season next year. He looks so good in pre-season. He looks good when he comes on and still as well. I rate you, man. A Fabrizio quote, big up RJ. Madrid were very clear with Trent since day one. If you want to join, it has to be on our terms. Have free, or else extend with Liverpool, or do whatever you want. Trent immediately accepted. Now, I know a lot of people don't trust Fabrizio Romano, yeah, and I understand it. But Fabrizio Romano was the first journalist, I believe, last year that said Madrid want Alexander-Arnold. He was the first journalist, and he stood by that word, and he was bang on. And now, if this is true, it's a bit of a problem. It means it doesn't matter what Liverpool will go offer him. He was going to turn it down. You know, the rumours that are still here right now is that Liverpool offered Trent a very high contract. He still turned it down. So, and this is the Liverpool fans' issue with it. Again, we don't mind him leaving. Really don't mind. Again, it's just ways of doing it. Ways of doing it, man. Look at James Milner. Look at the way James Milner left our football club. He didn't even want to leave. You know, he's like 35. We offered him a new... Jurgen Klopp wanted to give him a new contract. He would have signed it. But the club said he was just too old now. We need to move you on to get new people in. But he would have stayed. Didn't kick up a fuss. Everyone loves him. Everyone remembers. You know, it's just... The thing I worry about Trent is that he's not going to be... Trent won't be remembered. He won't get that... You know, it'd be like McManaman and Michael Owen, and that shouldn't be the case. You know, Trent should be up there with Stevie G. I know everyone keeps saying you can't turn down Real Madrid. I've seen a lot of players do that before. You know, Totti stayed at Roma his whole career. Del Piero turned down Real Madrid. Steven Gerrard turned down Real Madrid twice. You know, everyone's seen that Zinedine Zidane quote. Told Perez to go and get Stevie. Stevie told him, I'm not going. It's my club. Now, players turn them down. Yeah. But, yeah, I don't know. I think the problem is I think the problem with Trent, he wanted to go at the end of last season. But what's happened now is, we look like we could win the Premier League. So we've got that 12-point gap. There's 9 games to go. It looks like Liverpool could go on to win the Premier League title this season. If Liverpool do go on to win the Premier League title this season, it's going to look worse on Trent because he wants ambition and win things. He could win a second league title. So it could look worse for him. Let's bring McKay back in. There we go. Need by Italian player Bastoni at Liverpool. Yeah, I mean, we all want Bastoni. Just go at them. Big up everyone subscribing to the chat, subscribing to the channel as well. Big up Max in the chat as well. My man K-Mac, how you doing, man?
I'm all right. I know everyone's had a bit of a meltdown about Trent, but I'm not too bad. I'm not too bad. It's good to see that we're starting to get linked with some right backs now, which was a bit of a worry that we were going to just going to run with Bradley, who's pretty injury prone, if I'm honest, and then maybe have Quansah as backup, which is just a bit of a madness.
Yeah, that's the only thing. I think we all rate Conor Bradley as a footballer. It's just his injuries. Yeah. It's just his injuries.
It's muscle injuries. That's the worry, mate. Like I get it.
Yeah.
Go out with how
old is he?
Something that's like, you'll heal from it and then you're done. And it could be just a one-off. But they seem to be like reoccurring muscle injuries over and over, and he's had quite a few now.
So it's a bit. He'll be 22 in July. It could just be one. I'm hoping he's just one of them young guys, bit of a late bloomer.
Well, do you remember last season? People don't remember this because people don't remember a lot of stuff. Like with some of the players that aren't big at the club, but we took him back off loan, so he was going to start the season for us. Like this is last year, yeah. And he ended up getting an injury that put him out for like 6 months. Do you remember that? So he missed the whole of pre-season, and then he got injured in pre-season, I believe, and then he ended up being injured like for half of the season, and then he came in towards the end or towards the middle, sort of, and then obviously we're like, oh my god! I think it was like a couple of games before Chelsea won it, which was just before Christmas.
Yeah.
And then we were like, oh my god, who's this guy? But he could have been that guy 6 months earlier if he wasn't injured.
Yeah, so 23-24 season, he got injured in July in pre-season.
Pre-season, yeah.
And
was the injury? What was the injury?
It was a back injury. He was out for 128 days. Didn't come back till the end of November. Since then, back in the same season, in April, that same season, he got injured for 22 days. And this season alone, he had a hamstring injury in November, came back in January. And a month later, he got another muscle injury that's kept him out so far for 40 days.
That's a real concern for me, that. It really is.
In his Liverpool career so far, he's missed like 50 games through injury.
Okay, so just switch that. Do you think Trent's missed 50 games for Liverpool his entire career?
Probably his whole career, because he did have one big injury, didn't he?
I don't think he has. I don't think he's missed 50 games. Trent's 26, 27 now. That's a worry for me. And I think Bradley's a fantastic player, but there's nothing against him, honestly. I think he's a great player.
I think because Trent's played from 18 to 26. He's probably had maybe more time. But the thing is, Trent got more injuries as he got older.
Exactly.
Instead of this age now. So
it's a worry for me, mate.
It's
a high profile position for us. Like right back seems to be like, I don't know why, but right back really seems to be a very high profile position for Liverpool. Like if we haven't got a decent right back, we don't seem to function. As an entire entity. Like Trent's been out, Bradley's been out.
It's because it's because of the players we got and the way we played for so long. It's relied on a right back like Trent, ain't it? That's
70 games he's missed, Trent.
So 70 games in a much longer career than Conor Bradley is a bit.
Bradley hasn't even had a season.
That's a bit worrying. The only thing I'm going to worry about with Conor Bradley that his injuries improve, because it might be just he's a late bloomer. Gerrard had bad back injuries and bad back pain in his late teens to early 20s, and then he sort of broke through it, and then he never looked back again. So I'm hoping that's just the thing with Conor, because it is always muscle related, as you say. Big Ali with a super says Trent has turned into a knob like his boyfriend. He has turned into a bit of a knob. Bradley and Dan's are great.
He's been a bit of a knob for a while, hasn't he? Let's be fair.
I agree with Sean here. I'm hoping it is just a growth thing with Conor
and Dan's, because I really like Dan's as well.
yeah, I'm with you.
Dan's could be special. He stays injury free.
What was I going to say? Have I got anything else here? Big up, well, Scouser 85. You said this earlier and I forgot to read it. Jurgen's new sporting director rebuilt our midfield, give him some credit. It's a bit of a myth. The reason it's a bit of a myth, Julian Ward bought McAllister. Klopp bought Endo. Klopp bought Gravenberch. And Smatka bought Szoboszlai.
You know what I told you about Szoboszlai?
Yeah, I know, but he did the work.
Szoboszlai was never a purchase that was going to happen. Like
no,
the Turkish guy, I keep on forgetting that. Koku? Is it Koku?
It's not pronounced like that, but I know what you mean.
Koku or whatever his name is. Yeah, the one who plays in Benfica.
Kochku, I think it is.
Kochku, yeah. Sorry, my Turkish is a bit off today.
It looks like Koku though when you read it.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, I'm a Scouser. I read what I see and pronounce it wrong most of the time.
Yeah,
but the Szoboszlai deal came around because we were in Leipzig, negotiating with the Carvalho loan, and they were asking about other players for us, and obviously we just asked about other players for them. Basically,
they found out it was available or something.
It's just like a conversation, and they just went, "Oh yeah, Szoboszlai's leaving this season," and we went, "What?" And they were like, "Yeah, he's leaving." Okay, how much is he going to cost? Oh, he's got £70 million release clause, and we just went, "Yeah, whatever his Turkish guy's name is, yeah, cancel that."
Yeah,
and that was pretty legit.
That's what I'm saying. It was not just exciting. It was.
They
found out it was available.
He was going
because I think Klopp said in that documentary, didn't he? He said that they found out it was available, and the club said they got the money, and they did the deal. So, yeah, it weren't
in days.
Yeah, because our sporting director who came in really didn't do anything. He goes over there and gets the deals done because you need to send someone over to do the deals, but it's not like he was headhunting them or anything. McAllister was already bought by Julian Ward, and Klopp bought Grav.
Yeah,
and Endo.
Yeah, no, he did. Well, Klopp wanted Grav for time.
And Endo, he said, "I need one more midfielder, and I want Wataru Endo." Because Klopp don't forget, Klopp said in that press conference, "I wanted Wataru Endo 3 years ago, but the owner said he was too old. But I begged them to let me get him now." So Klopp bought the only player that our sporting director actually went and done in a way was the release clause, because he had to buy it because it was a release clause, so he had to do that. But yeah, it's Smatka did fuck all.
I know what I seen him do. I seen him just watching reserve games.
Yeah, vaping.
He kept on popping up at Liverpool, watching games, and I'm like, hang on a minute, aren't you supposed to be supposed to be doing shit?
Promo's right, yeah. It weren't Klopp we wanted Grav, it was Linda's. Big up, Promo. You are correct, man. Yeah, you are correct. It's the only good thing Linda's did. Big up, Linda's. Big up, Pep.
I mean, if he was any worse last season, he might have ended up going to bloody to Salzburg with him.
Yeah, Jesus.
But he turned him around. What a player.
Turned him around. Yeah. But Klopp, we all know Klopp wanted Endo, yeah. Yeah, big up Promo, you're doing well, man. Yeah, smash them likes, guys. Got over 300 people in the house. Let's have 150 likes at least. Then it's 1 in 2, 300 people, 150 likes. 1 in 2 convos here, yeah? So at least 150 likes, guys. Hit that like button. It's free to do. We need to give Graham Birch one of those 9-year contracts. I'd rather give McAllister that 9-year contract. It'd be absolutely fair. News. Lots of news going around as we speak right now. So I was speaking to Damo back there. It looks like now Virgil and Salah looks like they're going to stay, because it looks like they're just going to use Trent leaving to just give the wages on top of Mo and Virgil. similar to when Mane left and they put Mane's money on top of Salah's when he left as well. Do you think that's going to look like the case now? Because it does seem that way now, don't it? Because they literally went, Trent's leaving, we've acknowledged it. Hours later, it's then Virgil and Salah are more likely to sign now new deals because Trent's leaving. I did the demo. My conspiracy now is that Liverpool knew Trent was leaving the whole time, wanting to give him a new deal. I think they want, if their preference might have been to sign Trent and not the other two because of his valuation as a 26-year-old and stuff like that, give him the deal, because the rumours are it was a big contract they were going to give him, which we're all shocked by, but apparently that was the true contract they were going to give him. That means they were that means
now being mentioned. That's
if they give, because they were going to give Trent the highest Englishman in the Premier League wages. Yeah. That means Salah was going, because they're not upping Salah's wages over what he's on now if they're giving Trent that. So, now Trent's gone, it looks like he's going to give it the other two.
Isn't it like a really weird sliding doors moment? Like,
it is a sliding doors, isn't it?
The Edwards' whole mantra is, if you get to a certain age, we get rid of you. Like, that's just it. Like, we don't give big contracts, we don't give pay rises. Like you're beyond the age of 30. Cheerio. Like, bon voyage. You've been great for us. Don't let the door smack you on the backside on the way out. And the other one is, we really want to keep hold of our assets because they've got a high ceiling, and Trent's got a high ceiling. Like, we could still sell him for a shitload of money to Saudi in like 4 years' time. So the whole situation is, we put all our eggs in one basket, which they have. It looks like they've been trying for a while to get Trent and just keep on throwing bags of money at him and whatever. And he's just gone, you know what? I've done everything at Liverpool. Real Madrid is just too much of an opportunity to turn down, which is fair enough, by the way. Like I'm not turning Real Madrid down. I'm sorry, mate. Breck Road or the Bernabeu.
I tell you what, I'm turning.
Like, seriously, like, that
if they give me, if I was good enough as a Liverpool fan to earn $300,000 a week, I'm staying at Liverpool.
Mate, if they give me $3,000 a week, I'm going.
Are you going? I'd stay at Liverpool, man. Literally, because
Real Madrid to give me $3,000 a week.
Because the thing is, because you're so rich, footballers don't really go out anyway. So even when they go to these exotic countries, they still can't really go out because they'd be paparazzi to death. Yeah. So I always feel like it does. They have to live in bubbles, don't they?
They live in this bubble, don't they? Haven't they got like their own little town? Was that a little part?
Basically, Michael Owen bought his own little town. Michael Owen bought his own little road, didn't he? He bought a road, and everyone knew it was his family, his mum and dad, his sisters, his all that were in his own little road. And they make their own bubbles.
Horses up and down it. He rides his horses up and down it. But yeah, the sliding doors moment I was saying was all the eggs in one basket. Tried so much for Trent. It's not worked out. We couldn't get it over the line, and it's obviously been leaked that he's going. So now we've gone, okay, well, what are we going to do then? We put all our eggs in this basket, and he turned us down. These two have been telling us every single week they want to stay. So they just go, all right, well, we'll just give them what they want then. Sliding doors moment. And if I'm completely honest, as a Liverpool fan, and potentially as our future going forward under this manager, those two give us another good 2 years. Like, and you can sell them to Saudi, and you could potentially sell them to Saudi for how much? I don't know. You know what I mean?
I think, look, as you said it earlier when you came on, Liverpool need a right back in the way they play right now. Next season's going to be different because Slot will get more of the players he wants. He'll start build the team more in the image and the way he wants to play.
Pace.
So we won't rely on it.
We'll see pace, mate.
We won't rely on that creativity right back like we did Trent in the last few years. But you still need players like Salah and Virgil that they give you something no other. You know, you can play Salah right wing, number 10, number 9, whatever you want to do. He's going to be creative. He's going to score goals, yeah. You got Virgil van Dijk, who doesn't play like a man who's almost 34, that can still lead a back line, that can get young defenders around him and improve them, make them better players and stuff like that. So, for me, Liverpool's priority might have been to keep all three or just keep Trent or whatever it was. It might work out for the best for Liverpool Football Club going forward, letting Trent go and keeping Virgil and Salah for the next 2 years to give Slot that bit of, just to keep Slot helping him out, having that leadership and experience around him. Also, players at the highest level, get the players in that he needs and move forward in a different way. Because, and also, I'm hearing from Real Madrid that they're not buying him as a right back.
No, that's an interesting one.
They're not buying him as a right. They need they haven't got a Tony Cruz replacement.
So that could be the deciding factor. Is Trent's going to play where he's dreamed of playing, like in midfield?
Yeah.
I tell you what, I feel sorry for Valverde. Check his hamstrings next year.
Yeah, Valverde's don't stop running, man.
He's going to be covering his ass all the time.
Yeah, he's it. But yeah, like that's the rumour coming out of Madrid at the moment. Everyone thinks he's going there to play right back. You know, he might do.
I'll tell you what,
he might do the Kimmich thing. He might do the Kimmich thing where he plays right back in a few games. Yeah. And plays midfield in a few games.
Mate, if he's going into their midfield, I'd be throwing bags of money at Camavinga.
Well, it's a weird rumour that Camavinga is. There's a weird rumour that he's available, ain't there? There's a weird rumour that he is available. So, have you heard the weird rumour with Liverpool in a certain midfielder?
No, which one's this?
Gavi.
Oh, he's injury prone. I know he's.
Yeah, I know.
Well, he's made a quavers.
So there's been a lot of rumours apparently Liverpool and Gavi as this midfielder that
hasn't he got like a release clause of like 2 billion?
Yeah, their release clauses are mad. See, the thing with Barcelona's release clauses, they're just numbers on paper. They don't really exist.
No.
You know, they don't really exist. They're just numbers on paper. But he's a good footballer.
By the way, that's not a bad shout, Alexander.
Yeah, he's a good footballer, man, but he's just injury prone. Like Gavi at the start of it for me was better than Pedri, but then because of Gavi's injuries, Pedri just took over him. But at the start of it, they were pretty level. You could just argue Gavi or Pedri, but because of Gavi's injuries and Pedri's fitness was better, he just kept playing and better. Now Pedri's up here, arguably the best midfielder in the world, and Gavi's like down there now. So yeah, injuries have killed him so far, but he's a top quality player.
That's more bags of money. Like have we got any money?
Top quality player. Liverpool the thing is, Liverpool, how I have to go. They're going to have to spend this summer. You know, everyone. The thing is, everyone's expensive. Everyone's expensive,
and everyone knows that we need players.
Southampton rate Dibbling at 100 million.
That's mental.
Because
he'll go for about 50.
Even 50's too much.
It is.
This is the thing. Everyone's expensive, so Liverpool will have to spend. You know, the £40 million player now is the £15 million player of 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So Liverpool going to have to spend money like they've never had before. They've got no choice. We need a striker. They're going to have to spend 50 million plus for a striker. So they're going to have to bring someone in. So the news about Ekitike. So today, apparently, is it Plet and Gold, the German journalist? He thinks Frankfurt are rating him at around 80 million euros.
Yeah, I thought he'd be a lot higher.
Madness.
I thought he'd be a lot higher than people said.
80 million euros. It's just, I know it's about 70 million quid. 70 million quid.
Ridiculous.
Ekitike for 70 million quid or Cunha for 70 million quid. Liverpool go by Cunha for 70 million quid because they've seen him play in the Premier League. He can do it for Wolves. They'll feel like he could do it. If he could do it for Wolves, he could do it for Liverpool at a higher level, and he's probably got more in that data search that they do.
Yeah.
66 as it is now, Red Scout. You know, it fluctuates, don't it? Who knows what the pound is like next week? But yeah.
I love the fact that any kind of figure you say on your on a channel, you always get recorrected by the chat in like seconds.
It's probably right, to be fair, if you work it out.
Right. I just love it, like.
The problem is next month it could be closer to 70 million, couldn't it, because of the inflation?
Yeah.
I mean, Ekitike, I don't know, K-Man.
He needs another season.
Yeah, I haven't watched him enough. It just smells of like another Darwin situation to me.
There's not enough data. There's not enough data.
A player who he's got. The thing is, though, he's been there longer this year than Mamouche. He's still got less goals, and Mamouche plays for City now.
I know.
So
Mamouche's only had one good. Mamouche's only had one good season behind him, by the way.
And this is Ekitike as well.
They were doing a Nunes as well, by the way. Like,
look, for me, I know Liverpool. Like all the journos are saying, I was at TalkSport, and they were basically saying that, listening to a lot of phone calls happening on that day. It's mad what you hear behind the scenes. That Liverpool are very much in for Isak. Now, Isak obviously come to Liverpool. Just that's it. We're done. We're fine. We're good now. Cheers.
Well, we are up front. Like, we still need other players.
Yeah. Goals won't be a problem next season. Do you know what I mean?
It won't be a problem with him.
But if these players like Ekitike and Cunha's are worth you 70-odd million quid,
go the extra mile. Just go the
don't
extra mile.
Don't you go the extra 40 million or 50 million on top and just go and get Isak? I mean,
if you need to, flog a couple of players.
So I'm seeing today Liam Delap's heavily now to Newcastle.
Yeah.
So that tells me they think Isak might leave.
And he's a perfect replacement, really, isn't he? Like Newcastle, the way they play.
We do say Isak's going to come. It's madness even thinking about it.
We don't talk about Alvarez red. Don't talk about Alvarez. Like
Alvarez is my guy. Alvarez is my guy. Like, I know we say Isak's not going to happen and all this, guys. Yeah. We did buy Darwin for 100 million euros.
Yeah, we did actually.
He's a transfer record. We did buy, Virgil for 75. Yes, we sold players to do that, but that's what we're going to be looking to do this time. We're going to be looking to sell Darwin, trying to get that 70-odd million quid for Darwin. There's going to have other players leaving as well, so wages being freed up. It's not impossible for that transfer to happen.
There's loads of interest in Nunes and Diaz, by the way. Loads.
Yeah, like if the right money, Liverpool wants 70 million for Diaz and they want 70 million for Darwin, that's 140 million. Yeah, if Liverpool get that, then that's your Isak money done. So it can. The thing with Michael Edwards,
and also give Isak those wages.
So if Michael Edwards is running a football club, he will tell Richard Hughes, right, this is your budget. You got this now. We've sold these. Who's our main guy we're looking for? Richard Hughes and the scouting team will go like, Isak's number one choice, but he costs this much. Cunha was our second choice, he costs this much. Michael Edwards will want the best in class. We know what he's like, yeah? He will go, oh, fucking Isak's the best striker in the Premier League. You've got the money there, just go and use it. As long as they don't go, yeah, but then we need a midfielder, a centre-back, a left-back, and a right-back, Michael. And then what do we do? And it's like, right, how much is Liam Delap worth? How much is that's the only issue. That's the only issue.
Mohamed Amora. Have you heard of him?
Who?
Mohamed Amora.
No, not heard of him.
Okay, so this guy plays for Wolfsburg, and he's on loan from a Belgium team, SG Union. He's Algerian, by the way. He scored a hat-trick in the last Algerian game. Every single bit of data points at that guy. Like all the data, if you're Edwards and you switched your computer on and you've got your data guys looking at people that perfectly fit into Liverpool and at a good price and are about to go like that, everything points at Mohamed Amora. He played in the Europa League with us last season as well, by the way.
If they work,
20 million, mate.
I'm all for it. If they work, then I'm happy with it. If he comes,
like you get Isak and then he's your number two. Like,
if he comes in and bags goals, but no one's ever heard of him, he's got no PR. But he comes in, does the job. Then look, if he comes in and scores 10 more goals than Darwin Núñez in one season, then we're so much better than we were the year before. You know what I mean? So it works, don't it? So
yeah,
I don't know. The striker market is quite.
I do personally think that that there's going to be a couple of wild ones that we're going to be like, who? Like, who?
I don't think we look Isaac. I said I thought a while ago that Isaac might go to PSG, but we'll see.
The interesting thing about Liverpool under Slot is we haven't really seen the way Slot really wants to play right now.
No, not yet. Exactly.
So he's not really showing us his cards, so to speak. He's playing with a Klopp team. He's playing with a Klopp system. Basically, everything's in transition. Most of our goals we score are transition goals. He's jiggled things around a bit, but we haven't really seen how he wants to play. So now he's starting to get links with okay, we're linked with Frimpong, really, really fast player. Great. We haven't got any speed down the wings, to be honest. We just haven't. He can take players on. He plays more predominantly on the right wing than the right back. So that's one to maybe look at. And then you're looking at, okay, we are linked with Kirkez. He's an absolute speed demon as well. So it does feel like he wants pace on the wings and not so much creativity. If that's like not a guy that can cut in and be more involved in midfield or the attack. It's just bombers who can take people on and put a cross in. So then you have to look at, well, who are you going to get up front then? If you're going to be cutting balls back, and if you watch Frimpong, most of his balls get cut back into the penalty box area. They're not like swingers. He doesn't cross with a swing. And if you look at Cody Gakpo, he puts that whip cross in most of the time. He does cutbacks. He does cutbacks to the penalty area. So you're looking at potentially, is it a number 9 or is it maybe a winger who can play him in the attack, or like a false 9? And then if you look, there you go. Someone's just wrote zone 14, and it wasn't going to say zone 14, by the way.
Zone 14.
If you're looking at a player that plays in that position, then there's plenty out there. There is quite a few wide players that can come inside. So then you have got your Cunhas, you have got your Mbuenos, you have got your Semenios. There are guys that can do that job. So are we specifically looking at a like-for-like replacement for a Núñez? Because the way we're looking at those wingers and those left-backs, right-backs, right wingers, that's not how the forward line's going to look. So that's kind of how I sit with it. And we just haven't been showing the plan, which is a good thing, by the way. Next season, it could all be completely different. And Alvarez also suits that mold as well, by the way. He can play attacking midfield. He can play up front. He can go left. He can go right. Cunha can do that. Semenyo can do that. Mbueno can do that. There's plenty of players that can do that. So we have left ourselves with a situation where there's lots of players that we can sign, and we're not it needs to be a Delap. It needs to be an Isaac. You know what I mean?
No, I got you, man.
It needs to be a David, a Jonathan David who plays in that position specifically. A TK plays that position as well, by the way. Ekatike, straight up front,
Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
I'm really excited.
It is going to be interesting in the summer. Quick one on Ryan Gravenberch. So Ryan Gravenberch is the only midfielder to have made 50+ tackles and 50+ interceptions in the Premier League this season.
That's mental. He was breaking numbers before that as well.
But apparently he's not a DM.
Yeah.
People saying he's a DM, guys. He's just not a DM that people want. But yeah, Ryan Gravenberch, the only midfielder to have made 50+ tackles and 50+ interceptions in the Premier League this season. Interceptions is good. That means he's got a good reading of the game in the right place all the time. So yeah, big up Grav on that case. Let me see if there's any more news for a head off.
Elliott. Have you done the Elliott one?
Yeah, I spoke about Harvey a bit. Harvey leaving makes no sense to me.
What about this for a bit of a conspiracy theory? Harvey Elliott has been linked with Brighton. There's a particular guy in midfield that we like from Brighton. And there's also a particular striker that we like from Brighton.
So Liverpool have rated Harvey at 50 million quid, I do believe. Which I know it sounds high, but as we said a minute ago, 40 million is the new 15 million, ain't it?
That's half of the Belieber money.
Yeah, so maybe it's like now. I know Harvey had a conversation with Brighton apparently earlier this season. So
he fits Brighton, by the way, mate. He fits Brighton perfectly.
The way Harvey plays, he'll suit Brighton down to the ground. He'll play every week, mate. He'll play every week. The thing with Harvey, I don't really want to lose him because I like good squad players.
He replaces Solly March.
Right? Yeah, easy.
He replaces Solly March.
But I like good squad players. I really do. We got to remember, like, people keep moaning that we haven't got a big enough squad. If Harvey is fine playing, obviously he wants to play more minutes he's doing right now, but he don't kick up a fuss, yeah? He doesn't really want to leave the club. He's Liverpool through and through. If he's fine with it, I wouldn't get rid of him because he's a talent. You know what I mean? Like, if you get rid of Harvey, you got to buy someone who's as good or better than Harvey, which means you've got to spend more money in a position you don't maybe need to do because you've already got the player there. Sort of don't make sense. With Endo, letting go of Endo makes more sense than letting go of Harvey because Endo is at an age where you can improve on him and, his transfer value is going to be so low that you can improve on a Wataru Endo, to get a better player there. And then you can keep Harvey as your squad player. You need a squad. We keep moaning that we've only got like 13 or 14 players. We need players in there.
I totally get that. The only thing with Harvey and also Kwanzaa, by the way, is England. It's England. Like,
yeah, everyone's playing for England, yeah.
No, but for me, if you're not playing football, you won't get picked for England. And I think Tuchel's actually come out and said, if you're not playing for a Champions League team, like if you're not competing in the high competitions, then you won't get a look in, which is why Jarrett Braithwaite's not being picked. Like, because everyone wondered why Jarrett Braithwaite never got picked. And it's because he said, well, he's not competing in Europe or the high competitions.
Yeah.
If Kwanzaa doesn't play football for us and Harvey Elliott doesn't play enough games, they're not going to get picked for England. And if they're the quality enough to play for England, like we think they are, like I think Elliott could be brilliant in England, by the way. I think he's better than Foden. Like Foden's been garbage for England for God knows how long. But if you're looking at players that could do well in England, Jones, Elliott, Kwanzaa, Elliott and Kwanzaa, I don't think they're going to get picked because they don't play enough games. So they may need to find a club where they play week in, week out. And Brighton are potentially going to be in Europe. There's a lot of people who think Brighton actually might make the top 5, by the way, because they've got the second best form in the league, I think, this year behind us and Arsenal. I think the third best form. They got smashed 7-0, and then they've just gone on this mad run where they've been winning games or drawing games, basically.
No,
so
I hear you, man.
Elliott, it's not fair to have a guy that's good enough to play for England and not play him, and not give him game time. And we have to blame Klopp for that as well because he played him a lot.
Yeah, I hear you.
Which makes him think, well, I could play.
And this is what bigger IQs agree with me. Premier League at Elliott or relegated to Lap at 50 million or Dibley at 100 million. We rate our players higher.
Okay, well, Elliott should be 70 million then.
That's what I'm saying. If Liverpool rate them at 50 million, it's not as mad as people think, the way transfers are now, especially in this country, it's because teams are so rich, they don't need to sell players. Yeah, Shirky, we all love Shirky, but I think he's going to Borussia Dortmund.
Foden's been crap for England, Paul. You can't be telling me Foden's been good for England. When was the last time you seen Foden had a good game for England? He's not been good for England. Sorry. Foden. He's not been good for England.
Yeah, Foden's never played well for England. No, never. Curtis Jones has played better than him in the last few games.
Yeah, Elliott's been absolutely unbelievable for the under-21s. It looks like he's playing like just a different, like a load of kids, like knocking the ball around in a park with like a load of kids sometimes. Yeah, I think Elliott would be good for England.
Have you seen that Liverpool already rewriting history? So it's now Robbo corner taken quickly. Robbo taking corner quickly. There you go.
I thought they put Milner on there at one stage, didn't they?
yeah. I think there's been a few, but yeah, Robbo corner taken quickly. There you go. Everyone's favourite Scousers.
I mean, to be honest, you see Gerrard playing in the Legends. He could probably still come in midfield for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, he'd just have to drop about £20 first, wouldn't he? No, it's just something's going to be a weird one. But if looks like Trent's going, what if like
Peter Crouch has got more goals than our forward line, by the way. Though.
Yeah, Peter Crouch fits a fiddle, by the way. I love that Crouchy. Crouchy's a Liverpool fan through and through now. He obviously weren't born a Liverpool fan.
Oh, yeah,
but it's the biggest club he ever played for.
Yeah.
He obviously won the trophy. His only ever trophy he ever won was with Liverpool. He loves the club and the city. He's married to a Scouser.
I know.
And now he said his son's a big Liverpool fan. So yeah, much love Crouchy, man. And Crouchy loves the fans, don't he? And the fans love Crouchy. So yeah, big up Peter Crouch, man.
Have you ever? This is totally off topic, but have you ever seen that the Michael McIntyre show where he wakes people up?
When he wakes them
up. Crouchy.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
And he was lying in his bed, wasn't he? And they swapped his wife around.
Yeah, Crouchy takes everything.
And then he was lying next to it, and he put his arm around it, and he was just sat there. And then he realised that it wasn't his wife anymore.
Yeah, I love Crouchy, man. Crouchy's the guy. No one can tell me any different, man. Very good footballer. Very underrated footballer, Peter Crouch was. Very underrated.
Remember
very
that Arsenal hat-trick?
Left foot, right foot header.
Yeah, Arsenal love that. Arsenal love that.
Perfect hat-trick, man. It is a bit of a mad one. What if... Yeah, I was just about to say this, Essex Red. You put the words right in my mouth. Essex Red comes in the chat from absolutely nowhere. Just takes what I was about to say. So there's rumours just doing the rounds just now that Trent might do a U-turn because of the media outrage from Liverpool fans. Similar to Stevie, I don't care what anyone says.
We pay him more.
Stevie stayed at Liverpool because the outrage that if he was going to Chelsea,
he got
he got death threats and shit like that. He had to stay.
Trent wasn't getting death threats, mate. I'm sorry. He had one bad game against Manchester United, and people were shouting in the crowd, "Fuck off to Real Madrid."
Could you imagine if he does the biggest U-turn of all time and goes,
that'd be hilarious. But if we lose Salah and Virgil because of it, I'm pissed.
Can you imagine if we sign up Virgil and Mo, yeah? Virgil and Mo get no deals, yeah? And Trent looks at it and goes, you know what? I actually want to stay in the club. Went, sorry, we just used all our money. We just literally Trent, you can't. We just used all our money that we thought we were getting off the books on Virgil and Mo.
Oh, mate, really sorry. You're like 10 minutes late. Like, we've just done it. Like Endo time.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I mean? I mean, I don't know if fans would have him back, Chloe. I really don't. I'm just looking at the chat now and I'm like, no, he can fuck off. I mean, I don't know if fans would have him back. I think it might have gone too far now. I think fans are more pissed off the last 24 hours reading that him and Real Madrid are trying to work out a deal where his contract can end on the 1st of June.
And it's been going for 2 years.
Yeah, so I think that's I think his contract finishes on the 1st of July. They want him on the 1st of June for the Club World Championships because there's so much money at stake in that competition.
Like, how on earth can that competition be worth 90-odd million?
It's worth $1 billion, ain't it?
That's just the competition.
I think the winner gets 100 million.
That's ridiculous.
I think it's like a £1 billion competition. It's it only exists to stop people getting in FFP reasons. That's all it's there for.
Yeah, it looks like it does.
Because they know the big European teams will probably win it. It's going to be, I think, every 2 years or every 4 years or whatever it is. And so if it's every 4 years, Liverpool will probably be in the next one. And it stops like Chelsea. Chelsea are in it this summer.
I still can't believe we're not in it.
No, because we missed the cup because we was in the year. It was the year after we.
That's madness.
Yeah, they Chelsea are in it, and that will stop all their FFP problems. Just being in that competition,
yeah.
It's a crazy one.
And they're creating a new transfer window for it as well.
Yeah, so the 1st of June, the transfer window. This is how much power. This is all Real Madrid. I'm telling you,
it's crazy. Isn't it?
This is how much power they got. 1st of June, and then it's a week cut off, and then it opens again. It's like, oh yeah,
just leave it open. Why do you close it? Just leave it open.
Yeah, it just ain't going to. It's just I used to like the days when you just kept it open.
I also just want to recorrect a couple of people in the chat. Like Richard Hughes isn't in charge of contracts. Like ain't more you hate Julian Ward, who signed us McAllister.
It's Julian Ward apparently. Apparently that's the rumours, yeah.
Who's the genius that got us McAllister for 35 million? 35 million for him, mate.
So apparently, the rumours going around, we don't know if it's 100% true, but the rumours going around is that Julian Ward's in charge of contracts and Richard Hughes is in charge of transfers and scouting the players and running his scouting department and hiring managers and stuff like that. So apparently that's the rumour. That's the rumour going around. That's why Julian Ward came back. You know, they're all back for a reason, and all under Michael Edwards is one big spell. So
we got the adults back in the room now, mate.
And they're his boys as well. So it's a big summer for them guys, though, because Richard Hughes is not liked. I don't know if you noticed that, K-Mac, but he's not well liked. So
he's not liked.
This is a big summer for him, man. If he can, Richard Hughes is in charge of stationery. If Richard Hughes can have a good summer and he signs and we sign Virgil and all that up, and and Mo up, and he has a good transfer window, and he was the one also got on the slot and all that, I think people will start to forgive him a little bit. But he's got to have a good summer. There's no doubt about it. Yeah, he has to have a good summer.
I've also got another bit of news.
Go on.
Okay, so there's rumours that Konate isn't going to sign a new contract.
Well, he wants a release clause. That's the rumour, isn't it?
Yeah, so there's rumours that Konate is not signing a new contract. So he's probably going to go, not this window. I think he'll probably go the window after.
I don't think Liverpool sell him. I think they let him go just for nothing.
Oh, well, Konate?
Yeah, because he's only got 1 year deal. He's only got 1 year left.
He's got two. He's got two, hasn't he?
Yeah, and he's got two right now. But in the summer, it'd be 1 year.
We might sell him then.
Yeah,
there's also rumours that we're looking at Scalvini. Is it Scalvini?
No.
The Italian international defender from.
Oh, I know what you mean.
I think he plays for Udinese or Atalanta, off the top of my head.
So, obviously, the guy at Bournemouth, Huijsen.
Atalanta.
Obviously, the guy at Huijsen is everyone wanted. Yeah. Do you know what's mad about Huijsen at Bournemouth? Yeah. When Liverpool were linked with him, everyone went, "No, he's not good enough. Not good enough. His aerial percentages are shit. He's not good enough. Why are we going for him?" Now Real Madrid are linked with him. People are pissed off that we're not going to get him. You can't make this up. It's mad. So when Liverpool were linked with a player, he's not good enough. His heading percentages is shit. He's not aerial threat enough. Madrid want him, and he's like, Real Madrid really like him, and they want to try and get him for the next 10 years and all that. It's like, he's good then. It's just.
The issue with him, I said this on Enz's show today, is how do you convince the guy who's potentially a first team player for a lot of clubs to be your third choice? And not only that is, it's all well and good. Like, we sign him and we nurture him and we turn him into this unbelievable.
He's too good to be third. He's too good to be third.
That replaces Virgil eventually. What if in 3 years' time he goes to Real Madrid? Like he's literally converted from the Dutch national team to the Spanish national team, and he's twerking for Madrid. I'm sorry, like, he's going to Real Madrid. Like, if it's not now, it's in a year's time or so. Like, yeah, he's definitely going to Real Madrid. He's definitely going to Real Madrid at some stage. So I don't want Liverpool to be a stopgap for him. Like, we turn him into this world beater, like a Canate, and then he goes off to Real Madrid.
Look, if he's coming in to replace Canate, I'm happy days, yeah. But he's too. The thing is, what we got to remember, he's too good to be third choice.
Yeah, he is.
And we're not going to rotate centre backs. I know Pep Guardiola rotates centre backs. We're not going to rotate centre backs. So if you're not going to rotate centre backs, it's very hard getting a player of his quality to come in and just say, you play if one of them need resting or they're injured. You know, that's why Joe Gomez has been a great servant for 10 years, because, you know, he knows his role. You know, he's not pissed off about not being first choice. So
the way he wants really, someone's just wrote there, because he's only got a year left on his contract.
So he'd be happy being third choice.
And he can also play left and right, by the way.
Yeah, so that's different.
Like, they take Gomez, by the way. They take Gomez and money for him. Like,
and we're obviously news saying now Kwanzaa, Liverpool don't want to get Kwanzaa because Slot likes him. I've always said it as well. There's something about Kwanzaa I think Slot likes. I look at Kwanzaa as well, and I think, you know, there is a player there. You know, there is something about him. If you can nurture it, he doesn't need to be. And you know, it's perfect about Kwanzaa being fourth choice centre back for Liverpool. It's a good role for him. He doesn't have to play every week. He can develop in his training with playing with the better players, you know, and become that player when available, when needed. You know, yeah, he's not had the greatest year this year, but year before he did. So, and there is something about him. There is a talent there. I don't think he's like dead food or anything. So.
No, I think there's a really
perfect fourth choice. Perfect.
I think there's a really good player in Kwanzaa. The only issue I've got is the manager. So the manager went with him to start the season. He then fell out the team because he didn't suit the way we played under the manager.
Yeah. He weren't wearing aerials.
He wasn't winning enough aerials. Yeah. We then got an interview with Canate, like we always do. He didn't go in the team. It was Gomez that went straight in, and then when Kwanzaa had a chance to play, he didn't look that good. And then when he played Plymouth, I think he played Endo and he didn't play Kwanzaa. And now we got to a stage where he didn't have any right backs, so we played Kwanzaa. I don't think Kwanzaa's a slot player. Like, unfortunately.
I think he stays.
Unfortunately, and if you're getting called up for England, you need to be playing football matches, and he's not going to play football matches for me. If we're looking at another centre back, which is what David Ornstein said, then it's got to be either Kwanzaa or Gomez going.
I heard that
centre back's going to be coming in to replace one of those, or drops into fourth. So if he's fourth choice, then he's going to be a kid. Yeah, but if he's a good player, like a Gahey or something like that, he's coming in to be third choice. Like, is Kwanzaa going to play?
That's why I think that's why we need someone like Kwanzaa to be fourth choice.
That's hilarious. That IQI. Kwanzaa was too busy chasing Skit.
apparently his phone was thingied, wasn't it? So
hacked.
Yeah. The thing with your fourth choice centre back, unless you're going to fully rotate defenders constantly like Pep does, then you need four first choice centre backs that are all going to play a lot of games. Yeah. If you're not, and your first two choices are going to play 70% of the games in a season, like Arsenal's do, Arteta don't rotate his centre backs. You know, some teams don't. Real Madrid don't really rotate their centre backs unless there's an injury. Then your fourth choice centre back is usually going to be a youth player. That's the way it is. I think you look at Real Madrid's fourth choice centre back right now; it's a youth player, but we can't talk about him because the old Bill won't talk to him. So I mean, if anyone knows that story, it's mad. But yeah,
okay. I mean, Arsenal's third choice midfielder. I think the old Bill won him as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Been out on bail how many times?
So yeah, I think, and we need that homegrown quota as well, because if we sell, we're meant to sell in the summer. We've only got 3 players homegrown quota, which means we won't be allowed to qualify for certain things, I believe. So we need that. We need that homegrown quota. So that's why I think he stays. That's why Nat Phillips stayed for so long. It's just because
I've got to be honest, mate. If we need that homegrown quota this summer, I think Nat Phillips will probably stay.
Yeah, it might do. It might do.
We're losing everyone.
Yeah, it's kind of mad. What did Ant share with me?
Crazy. It's crazy.
Whoa! Big up Dave O'Cock. Big up Ant, who just DM'd me this. So Dave O'Cock said, reports that Nottingham Forest and Newcastle have an interest in Darwin Núñez.
Well, he's got money. They've got money, Nottingham Forest. But Newcastle,
I keep saying this. More teams like Darwin than people realise.
Literally, mate. Could we give them Núñez and Quansah and just get Isak on a free?
Núñez plus 50 million for Isak. Yeah, I mean.
What about Núñez and Quansah? Like, I'm fine. Like they wanted Quansah last year, but we offered them Gomez.
Yeah.
They wanted Quansah.
We get a crash out if they get Núñez. The thing is, Nottingham Forest need strikers because Chris Wood, I believe, is like 32, 33, 34, something like that. So, and they're going to be Champions League, and Chris Wood is.
Okay, he was referenced.
Is it Team Talk? Then forget about it. Then it's all good. It's all good if it's Team Talk. The thing, Newcastle
both agreed on that straight away. By the way,
yeah. If it's Team
Talk,
went
there.
Yeah. Newcastle are getting strikers.
If the website's green, then it's normally not good.
No, exactly. I think Slot likes Quansah. I just think when we played the first game, Slot found that quickly how physical the Prem is. Good shout. I think Slot, as the season's gone on, realised that he needs more physicality in his team than he realised.
He found out how physical Delap was.
Can you see us getting Delap?
Nah.
Yeah.
No, his data is whoa. Does not fit Liverpool at all, or Slot. Sorry.
Oh, I think he slots to a T because he links the player, scores goals. So I think he suits that. But I don't know. I don't think so. I think Liverpool are going for a more ready-made striker. Honestly, yeah. I don't. Man, Blake to leave. I think Dave O'Cock got a load right in the summer. To be fair,
he's really good with the younger players.
Yeah,
he gets a lot of good stuff with the young.
I think Dave O'Cock was the first person to break the deal that we got Rio from Chelsea.
And Van der Berg as well. He broke the Van der Berg deal. And the Carvalho one, by the way. He's good like that.
Yeah. Delap is such a Chelsea signing. Oh, he used to be there.
100%.
He was a Chelsea youth before he was a Man City youth, I believe.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
God, they don't know pass them around, don't they?
Yeah. Yeah, it's because Chelsea and Man City can afford all the London kids. Yeah. So Man City can afford all the London kids, and they move their whole family up north, relocate them, give them a house and everything. And then Chelsea, obviously, they got the whole, they're that main part of London where they get they just go to Hackney Marshes and see all the Wonder Kids there, don't they, and buy them up. Yeah, simple, man, simple. Yeah, he has a buyback for City. I don't think City are going for him though.
No, that's what he's getting paid 350 grand a week, isn't he? Mamouche, they're done. They don't need any more strikers.
Guay as well. Yeah, Guay was a Chelsea youth. That's correct. Yeah, Chelsea youth farm that's how they spent all their money though under Roman.
Guay went to Crystal Palace from Chelsea's second team for 20 million.
Yeah,
That's mental.
How do does everyone think Roman financed all this Chelsea ownership? He literally paid for everyone out of his own pocket, but he reimbursed it by selling all the youth in Chelsea. That's how they did it. They farmed all these great talent, and then they distributed them across the country and world, and that's how they made their money.
And then when the shit hit the fan, they asked Saudi Arabia to bail them out.
IQ, no, man. No, I can't read that out.
No.
I know what you're saying. No, I get what you're saying. Yeah. What do you boys think of Belieber?
Special.
Yeah, well, it's quality, ain't he? I mean, he suits our midfield to the ground. But
it pisses me off that we were looking at him as well.
If Dibbling's worth 100 million, then you know what I'm saying. Well, this is the problem. Liverpool are going to have to spend money.
Yeah.
They just got Michael Edwards has got to talk to FSG and go, look, they don't like doing it, but the way football is now, if you want to get anywhere, you're going to have to spend more than you've ever spent before.
I'll tell you what, Liverpool football live streams, that is a great chance if we sign him.
What's that?
When I see his face, I'm a believer.
When I see his face,
I mean, that's a great chance if we sign him.
That is a great chance, yeah.
Yeah.
Jamie Chelsea's still doing it, going to Brazil and buying up all the wonder kids.
And Portugal. What about Portugal?
Yeah. They have to. They've got no choice.
What about the guy that they signed, Eusebio? Is it Eusebio? The guy they signed, the Portuguese guy. Have you heard the story about him?
No.
Okay, so Chelsea signed a Portuguese guy called, I think it's Eusebio or Eusebio. Can someone write it in the chat? Yeah. He's from Porto. He was on loan at Las Palmas. Guess who's on loan at Las Palmas? Stefan Bacettis.
Stefan by
that was the reason why Stefan Bacettis went on loan to Las Palmas, is because we were going to buy Eusebio.
That's mad.
That was the reason why. Like that was all. It was all orchestrated, so we got him, and Chelsea went in and took them both away from us. Like sometimes, like my team really pisses me off. Sometimes, like he was literally going to be the backup to Gravenberch next season for Slot. It was all confirmed. Like the scouts wanted him. They'd done all the data. Everything matched. He was playing at Las Palmas, and he was also doing quite well there with Stefan. And then he was going to go back, and we were going to sign him. And that's the reason why Las Palmas got him. No, not Estavio. It's Eusebio. I'll put his name in the chat. Okay. I'll put his name in the chat.
Yeah.
I'll put his name in the chat. Hang on, does he play for them? Or does he play for Sporting? I think he plays for. Why did I type in Porto when I said Sporting? What's his name? His name is
Mama was good a bit.
Dario Isugo.
Came back, give up.
No, I got it here. I'm just going to cut and paste his name in because I can't be asked. You know when you're determined? I'm determined.
You're determined now.
I'm determined.
Yeah, it's what Chelsea do, man. Because they haven't got the infrastructure.
That's him.
There you go. Oh yeah, now I get you.
Yeah.
Now I see the bloody name. I know you're on about. Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't pronounce it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know Eusebio is a famous old player. Yeah, I know.
How you got Eusebio from that? I have no idea. Big up, man.
Isugo.
Yeah, I know you mean now. Yeah, that's what they do because they haven't got the infrastructure. They've only got like a 40,000 stadium. You know, they've not got that infrastructure, Chelsea. So this is the way they have to do it.
Yeah,
that's the way they have to do it. Yeah,
mate, I've got to shoot, mate. Okay.
Yeah, we're going to leave it now anyway because we've got an hour until go on Sam's as well. So Guys.
I'm not on his show tonight, mate. Have a good one, all right?
All right, man. Have a good one. Right, we're out of here, guys. Thank you, everyone, joining me. We had over 300 to chat in the whole way through. So big up to you guys. Thank you. Really do appreciate that. We've got Premier League football coming back. We've got FA Cup this weekend as well. I'll be doing games on my Big Up channel this weekend. So make sure you go over there and see me do some watch-alongs for the FA Cup this weekend. And then, obviously, Tuesday and Wednesday, the Premier League is back. And Liverpool can get back on their way to getting number 20. So big up to everyone. Thank you very much for joining me.
My channel's in the chat. Subscribe if you want, guys. All right. Subscribe if you want. I did a video on Trent and also signings. If you want to check it out before you go and watch. You Sam. See you later.
Big up, guys.
Cheers, mate.
No worries.
Have a good one.